Hello, experimental psychology students. Welcome to week 5. I cannot believe the semester is just flying by. So I hope that you did well or think that you did well on exam 1. Um, if you did not do well, then you know that you need to adjust your study strategies so that you'll do better on exam 2. If you want to talk about how you did in exam 1, please feel free to give me a call at 580-581-2315 or email me at maryd@cameron.edu. We can set up an appointment to go through your first exam. Because the final exam is comprehensive. And so we want to make sure that you've mastered the material, if not by now, then by the end of the course. So this week, Tuesday, September 13th until Monday, September 19th, we'll be going through chapter 4, it's a great chapter. It goes through the observational techniques. I think you'll enjoy it, or it's always one of my favorite chapters. In addition, you'll be working on a huge assignment, assignment number 2. It's one of the biggest ones. And so I'm going to share the screen for just a minute and have you look at the syllabus. So in the syllabus, it talks about a final research proposal. And it says how your 5 homework assignments all build toward one final research proposal project. And by a research proposal, we mean that you're not going to collect any data. You'll do that if you're a psychology major, if you take psychological research. So remember to enroll in psychological research, our psychology major senior capstone course. Students must earn an A, B, or a C, a grade of C or higher, but in both experimental psychology and in applied quantitative methods. And in psychological research, you'll get with a group of students, and in your group, you guys will come up with a topic that you find interesting. You'll do a literature review on that topic. You'll come up with a research question and then a hypothesis that pertains to that research question. You'll design an experiment that will answer that hypothesis. You'll complete the institutional review board. You'll send your proposal to the institutional review board. After it is approved, you'll collect data. You'll analyze the data using what you learn in applied quantitative methods and in quantitative analysis and interpretation, for those of you that have taken that course. And then you'll write the project as an APA paper, and you'll also create a poster that's similar to the posters that are presented at APA conferences and other conferences in psychology. And so in experimental psychology, we want each of you to individually create a proposal. You won't actually collect any data like you will in psychological research. For this course, though, we do want you to propose a project. And oftentimes when people take psychological research, there'll be several students in the class who say, I really want the proposal that I did for experimental. I want to actually collect data on that. I want that to be one of the projects that we do. And so other students that are interested in that proposal will form a group with that student, and then together they'll actually have that be the basis for their group's project. So for this course, you're going to create one final research proposal project. And the project must take the form of an APA-style research proposal written in paragraph form. The project you propose must be a true scientific experiment with a manipulated independent variable. So at least one independent variable in your study, you need to make sure that you can randomly assign people to different levels of that independent variable. It needs to be a true independent variable. You must also cite 10 academic sources, 5 of which must be published in the last 5 years in your proposal. So for your first assignment, you learned all about the ethics of doing research. You finished the CD training modules, and those have to be done in order to propose anything to be approved through OU's Institutional Review Board. For your second assignment, you're actually going to do an annotated bibliography for these 10 academic sources that you're going to find. I'm going to stop this share, and now, hold on just one moment. I'm going to go to a different share. Okay, so this I am now in the course materials for Unit 2, Week 5, and you'll see the assignment here, Assignment 2, the annotated bibliography. So in this assignment, you're going to locate past research that's relevant to your project. After identifying 10 articles that will help you understand your topic and form a research project, you must summarize each of these articles to create an annotated bibliography to refer to when you're going through your project. So part 1 of this assignment goes through and helps you actually find your 10 articles. Part 2 is what you're actually going to submit to me. Once you find these 10 articles, you're going to read each of them, making note of the important aspects of the studies and thinking about how each source might help you to lay the groundwork for your experiment or design your study. You're going to list each source in a Word document, like an APA reference, and then you're going to write a paragraph, and it can be a long paragraph. Give me as much information as you need to that will summarize, make sure you don't plagiarize, make sure you do it in your own words, what the authors of that study did, what they concluded, and how you think this source is going to be helpful for you for your project. Now you can see this is going to take a lot of time because you're going to have to find 10 articles. That in and of itself is time consuming, but then you need to read each of these articles. Now, remember, I do this for a living and it takes me a good hour to read most research articles. So, I mean, this is a very long assignment. It's one of the longest assignments we have. So you're going to find the 10 research articles, give me the reference for each, and then a paragraph describing what the authors did, what they concluded, and how this is useful for your project. And then you're going to turn that in by the end of this week. There's also a discussion board to do, but the discussion board's pretty easy. The discussion board, you're going to be, it has to do with correlation. Hold on a moment. I believe if I do this, you'll be able to see it. Let's hope. So the discussion board that you're doing says there's a significant positive correlation between the amount of ice cream sold in a city and the number, the murder rate in that city from month to month. Come up with at least 3 potential explanations for this relationship, including at least one confounding variable that could explain the relationship. I think that that one's going to be pretty quick. Remember, on these discussion boards, in addition to making your post, you need to respond to at least 2 other students' posts, and each of that is worth 2 points, so it's 6 points total. So you sort of have a lot of work this week, so I did want to give you a heads up on that. And again, if you have any questions, always contact me, maryd@cameron.edu, or you can call me at 580-581-2315. And the annotated bibliography and the discussion board is all due by 11:59 p.m. on Monday, September 19th. Okay, have a good week. Let me know if I can do anything to help you. Goodbye.